Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Man killed in crash after eluding cops was out on bail. The Jamaica Constabulary Force has disclosed that one of the three men killed in a motor vehicle collision with a tour bus in Hanover on Sunday was out on bail at the time. 27-year-old Courtney Lazarus of Salt Spring and Albion addresses in St. James was facing charges of murder and shooting at the police. Booked to return to St. James Parish Court on January 11, 2023, he had been instructed to stay out of the parish unless reporting to the court as part of his bail conditions. According to police, a black and chrome-colored Browning single-action firearm with a magazine containing 13 9mm cartridges and a black chrome Barista firearm with a magazine containing 14 9mm cartridges was found in the car in which the men were traveling. The other two occupants of the car who died in the crash have been identified as Javed Reed, a technician from King Street address, and Jermaine Scott from Granville. Both were 27-year-old. They were pronounced dead at hospital, while the driver of the tour bus and his 4 passengers were treated for their injuries. In the wake of the incident, officer in charge of the Hanover Police Division, Superintendent Sharon Bayport, has warned motorists against using flashing lights to alert motorists of a police presence on the road. It is a request that has been once made in the past. We cannot treat citizens like that. Security Minister Horace Chang was taken aback on Thursday when he learned that despite a multi-million-dollar digitalization of key operations of the Criminal Records Office on Duke Street in downtown Kingston, people applying for police records had to wait in long lines on the outside for hours. Dr. Chang, who was led on a tour of the office on Thursday morning, noted that staff had to deal with overwhelming amount of documents in this era of advanced technology. More than US $5 million was expended to help modernize the Criminal Records Office and transform it from the previous automated fingerprint and palm identification system to a multi-biometric identification system. However, the core problem continues. The demand for this kind of record has increased almost exponentially in recent times, traditionally for those seeking expungement, but more critically for workspaces. People are going overseas to work, people are working in the local business outsourcing services. An increased number of employers in Jamaica require individuals to have their records identified, said Chang. Demand on the system is extremely high, and you can see from outside there is a huge crowd, and individuals would have reported coming near the office from 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. There is much to be done. There is still a lot of manual activities here. There is a huge number of files, and I don't think that we have enough building spaces to file all the paper. All these have to be brought into the 21st century and digitalized, added Chang. He said the ultimate plan is to have the documents digitalized because, as it stands, it was unfair to subject people to uncomfortable circumstances while they wait. We need to get off the level where employees have to walk in the room looking for paper files, even though you know where to find the files. It is a big demand on the staff, while those most in need end up in crowding outside. For a service that is so crucial and critical, we cannot, as a government, treat those citizens like that. We will take steps to correct that. We came to take a physical look. We have upgraded the actual fingerprint search data system, but to see what else can be done to improve the efficiency and therefore reduce the pressures on those who are coming in and also the officers who are working here. They are working hard and doing a tremendous job, said Chang. Acting Director of the Major Technology in Transformation Branch in the Ministry of National Security, Emil Hogate, sought to assure the people waiting outside that the Security Minister was working with the Jamaica Constabulary Force to set up some process online as a response to the crowding. The public will have to be part of it once we migrate some of the processes online to make the end-to-end process a lot more efficient, said Holgate. No new entertainment permits for areas in Portland. There will be no new entertainment permits issued for the month of June in Stewberry, Fruitful Vale, and Commodore due to the flare-up of violence in the areas, said Superintendent of Portland Division Kenneth Chin. He was speaking at the Portland Municipal Corporation meeting on Thursday. The ban on entertainment permits has stemmed from 2 recent incidents, where one person was shot and killed in Stewberry during an illegal party on March 3rd, and 2 police were shot in the same area on June 4. Superintendent Chin stated, that the police had a walkthrough with the area that will be affected by the ban on Tuesday, and it has been concluded that both incidents are related. In the meantime, Superintendent Chin has identified the person who shot and killed by a licensed firearm holder in Nonsuch during an alleged home invasion on May 29. The deceased has been identified as Michael Speed, also called Foxy. Police reports are that about 4:45 a.m., the firearm holder was at his home sleeping with his family when he was awakened by strange sounds in his home and went to investigate. The firearm holder saw a man armed with a gun pointing in his direction. He fired shot at the intruder, who then ran out of the house with another man. The injured man was later found lying on the ground with the firearm while his accomplice escaped. A Mark 10 semi-automatic rifle was seized. During the meeting, Superintendent Chin also gave an update on the investigation into the events of the explosion of the Scotia ATM, which occurred on April 23rd. Superintendent Chin said that the matter is going to the court, and the suspect Calvin Hill had 2 additional charges against him, which are larceny as a servant and falsified account. Unit to investigate sexual harassment complaints being established. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport Oliver Grange says a sexual harassment unit that will investigate complaints is now being established. The minister was making her contribution to the 2022-2023 sectoral debate in the House of Representatives on Wednesday when she announced that recruitment for the unit has begun and that some officers will come on board as of July 1, 2022. Additionally, she said consultant Donnie Roberts has been engaged to assist with the setting up of the Sexual Harassment Tribunal and related matters. She explained that the tribunal is the body to hear and determine complaints of sexual harassment at the workplace and other institutions, and to adjudicate on complaints by a worker of the employer's failure to act on such complaints. We have already started to receive complaints, and we have been helping companies to put the necessary mechanisms in place to respond to them, the minister told the House. Grange informed that so far the Bureau of Gender Affairs has assisted 200 organizations to draft their sexual harassment workplace policies. She said sensitization and awareness raising sessions with public and private sector organizations, non-governmental organizations, NGOs, educational institutions, and other groups have also been conducted. This is not a simple matter, it is a serious crime. Unwanted sexual advances, requests for sexual favors, and crude sexual behaviors affect quality of life by creating an intimidating, hostile, or offensive environment. No one should endure that, she emphasized. Grange said the ministry has been doing the work towards the full implementation of the legislation. The landmark Sexual Harassment Protection and Prevention Act 2021 aims at tackling sexual harassment in Jamaica. The legislation addresses concerns about sexual harassment that are employment-related, occurring in institutions, or arising in the landlord and tenant situation. It contains provisions for dealing with sexual harassment in the workplace, schools, correctional institutions, places of safety, nursing homes, medical and psychiatric facilities, among other places. Mandeville Mayor walking away from politics. Mayor of Mandeville and Chairman of the Manchester Municipal Corporation, Donovan Mitchell, says he will not seek re-election in the Royal Flat Division when the local government polls are called. Mitchell told reporters on Tuesday during an interview at his Mandeville home that he will be stepping away from representational politics due to health issues and other reasons. I have decided to give it a break this time for real. I am not seeking re-election when the next local government election is called. I don't know what the future holds. Probably somebody might call and say Donovan run again, do it one last time, he said. Mitchell, 55, said unlike his previous move last year when he tendered his resignation as mayor but later withdrew it, he has already advised the People's National Party of his decision. When I gave that resignation, there was some consolation, and I was asked to retract it and at least to sit down one more term, because it would have created some imbalance in the council and some other problems, and so I have indicated to the General Secretary of the party recently that I do not intend to run back, but I am sitting out this term, he said. He denied reports that he was being pushed out of the local municipality where he served as councillor for almost 20 years. For where I sit at this moment, I am still mayor of Mandeville and the council for the Royal Flat Division until the next elections are called. It may be a perception or the feeling of some people, but they have not come forward to me to my face to say, Mitchell, you need to go. Until the time comes, then this is a different story, he said. He said he indicated to the PNP chairman of the Manchester Central Constituency Opposition Senator Peter Bunting and chairman of the party's Region 5, Karen Spencer, in a letter last week that he would not be seeking re-election. When asked if his relationship with councillors and the PNP has deteriorated, Mitchell said he believed there is still some level of confidence in him. Politics is like a marriage, so to speak. You would have to have your bad days and your good days. There is never yet a time where marriage doesn't have it up and down, but overall I do think I still enjoy some level of confidence or some level of camaraderie among the councillors, unless I have been misled, he said. Asked about his relationship with Bunting, who he had served as campaign manager during the 2020 general election, when he, the former member of parliament, was defeated by the Jamaica Labour Party, Wodamar Crawford, he said it was weekend. Everybody knows that the relationship that we had is not what we have before. From the general election in 2020, there has been some situations. The runoff between Mark Golding and Lisa Hanna has reopened the wounds, and all of that. And so, we really say, hi and bye, said Mitchell. We also served as Bunting Road manager in 2003. He said his constituents have opposed his decision to walk away. The people of Royal Flat Division don't want me to leave. We have had a good relationship with both PNP and JLP. I don't think there is any division in the country that shares that relationship with their councillor, he said. However, Mitchell said he will not be endorsing anybody to be his successor. As I said in the letter, I will stay clear of the campaign to find my successor, but when he or she is found, if I am asked to give advice, I will do so, he said. He said he has gotten closer to his faith and has plans for life after politics. I have some God-given talents. Currently, I have started writing 2 books that I will be sending out sometime on. I have somewhat gone back closer to God and to my church, so I'll be using my time to help in church and to do voluntary services, said Mitchell. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.